Hi guys, so today I just kind of wanted to talk about why I make these videos, why do I do it, what made me do it, and how it all kind of happened. So I suppose the first one I ever did was the one where basically I came out and said I had depression, and I don't know, I got a couple of hundred whatever likes and 50 odd messages or whatever it was, and I kind of, that was it, that for me was, people need to know, because the reason that I felt like doing that was just basically because I think it's important that people understand the situation, or at least know what you're going through, and it's a lot easier for people to maybe deal with it or know how to react with you and stuff like that if they know what's going on. It's, for example, if you've just broken up with someone and someone starts making a joke about it and they don't know, then obviously you're going to be hurt, but it's not their fault. But if they know, then obviously you know what I mean. And then obviously I started making videos on Facebook, and a lot of it was negative. I mean, it was more of a darker side of things. But the reason I did this this way is because I felt that that was the stuff people weren't talking about, and I noticed that people didn't want to watch it maybe, or whatever, and I get that, don't worry. And I think a lot of it too is we're programmed to be like, um, because what, we see famous people and we say, oh, they started off here and they got to here. They started off way down here and they climbed up here and they were down at one station and they got up. We don't see the struggle in between that. We see what goes on, kind of what we're shown, and we're programmed to believe that it's all easy. Once you admit it and you start working and working and working, then it's gone. That's not the way it works. Even celebrities and stuff like that, you see ads obviously in the paper now and things like that. Um, you know, that's the way we're programmed to see it. So if someone's constantly talking about how down they are, people are just like, oh, come on, get over it. And that's an easy attitude to have, and it's not anyone's fault. It's the way we've been programmed. We don't see the struggles and this and that. But I also believe that it's important to notify people of the darkness and kind of the struggles that you go through. I think that that's very important. And then obviously I moved it to a YouTube channel because basically with a YouTube channel it's more specific. People who want to watch it can watch it. Whereas on my Facebook, I understand it comes up in my newsfeed. Now I know they share these videos on my Facebook, but it's a lot more general access. I share them just because, as I said, I'm trying to spread it as far as I can. And yeah, like I said, the YouTube channel is for people who specifically want to watch it, and if they get help off it, great. And I do get texts from people, people I know who you wouldn't expect, and then obviously people from, the likes of Galway and stuff like that, and up the country, even more so. And I've got a couple of texts from people, um, who I don't know, and that's nice. It's nice to know that people, um, aren't going through the same thing. I mean, it's nice to know you're not alone, obviously. Um, is a part of it, but it's also nice to know that people aren't afraid to reach out anymore. And I think the reason I do this is to raise awareness. Obviously, that's the first reason, but also to raise understanding. I mean, it's all well and good. People are aware of depression and mental health and all that, and um, you know the suicide thing. I do believe it kills way more people than cancer in Ireland and even in the UK. So people are aware of it, but I think there's that bridge and understanding between people who have it and people who don't, and people who don't can't possibly understand. It's nothing against them or anything like that, but they just can't possibly understand. It's not their fault. It is the way it is. You can't be expected to, and then people obviously who have it, they can't talk to the people who haven't a lot of the time because there's no understanding there, as I said. And sometimes the people who don't have it think, oh well, it's continuous, I don't want to hear it. Get over yourself kind of attitude. And I don't mean that in a bad or disrespectful way. I just think that that's the way it is. So yeah, this is kind of why I do these videos. And obviously, the last one was a lot more positive and I got some good reviews on that. And I'll try, and maybe balance it out more. I focused on the dark stuff because I believe that was the stuff that we didn't understand. But also people then who have depression do need to understand that it's not all that bad. It's not all bad, sorry, not it is that bad, but not all bad, And I think something that really helped me get through a lot of things was this. this thought was that in my situation, no one would be doing better than I'm doing at the moment. Because I remember when I first got depression, and I refused to kind of deal with it, and this is a problem with a lot of men and women too. But I think as men we're programmed not to feel and to be the tough guy, and you can't be crying in the streets because lads will say stuff to you and this and that, and that is a factor definitely. But it's not a weakness. Embracing it is almost a strength. Being open and honest is a lot more powerful than hiding away from it. I think dealing with it head on is a lot more important. But yeah, like I said, yeah, it's the way we're kind of programmed to be like that. But my thought was always that you're the best you. If someone else was in my situation, they wouldn't be doing as well. Like as I was saying before, I got kind of sidetracked there. When I first got depression, I just started eating lots of shit food. It was like Pringles, crisps, and Coke, 2 liter bottles of Cokes a day, and maybe 2 or 3 tubes of Pringles, and then you had chocolate as well. And I was just so bad. I quit my job because that was something that I did, and then obviously I got a lot of grief off my family and that. But my opinion was my mental health surely should be how I feel, because I didn't understand it at this stage, and I still don't fully understand it. But at that time, I think it was 18, my opinion was my health, I feel shit in that job. Surely that matters more than anything else. And it does. It absolutely does, and 100% does. But like I said, I think I got close to 17 stone, and it's funny, perception and that, because when I was 17 stone, I was in denial about, anyone who knows me knows I'm kind of more of a slim build. When I got that close to like 17 stone, I was breathing in when I was taking pictures and this and that, and I was like, it's not that bad, yeah, sure, I put on a little weight. And then it's when you get in the scales, or when you're alone and you look at yourself and you think, what am I doing? And that's a year or two of my life I won't get back. But as I said, someone else in that situation would have been 18, 19 stone, because I'm the best me. At that point, I'm the best I'm going to be at that point. And I'm the worst I'm going to be at that point. But no one else will be doing this well at that point. I believe, because as I said, the small things in my life might not matter to you, but they set me off. These are my triggers. Because it's not like depression, it's not like cancer, it attacks in the same way or anything like that. Depression is, my house flooded the other week or whatever, and that was grand. We fixed it, and then the next night there was a little bit of water that came back up, so it kind of reflooded. 2 days later, I think, I left the house. I could not be in the house. That's how bad I got over it. I just panicked, and I just closed the door, left the house. I mean, it could have flooded worse. This is what I mean. For someone else, they'd be like, oh, sure, it's just a bit of water, just clean that bit up, ring the landlord again and deal with it. Yeah, and that would have been a simple thing. But as I said, it's different for both people, how you deal with it. As I said, small things in my life might matter to you. They make a massive difference to me, and vice versa. But yeah, these are kind of like the things. I think the perception and stuff of it out there is not good, and I'm hoping to break the stigma, and I really am trying to reach out to as many people as I can, and I'm trying to help who I can with it. And if I can help, I think I've helped more than one person, but all my attitude has always been, if I can help one person. And that's not me being cocky, that's messages I've got, and they've helped me too, because they'll say something to me and I'll go, yeah, I didn't even think about that. It's not that I'm dealing with it better than anyone, it's that I'm expressing it and I'm open and honest about it, and I always have been. And it's the perception, because like I said, when I was 17 stone, I didn't think it was that bad. I'm down to about 12 and a half again. And suddenly I think, geez, I'm looking fat. And it's terrible, because maybe this is more true with girls, or maybe it's equally true, but lads aren't as open about it. I know girls who are skinny. There's not a pick in them, and they'll say they're fat, and people are like, oh, she's just attention seeking, this and that, or she'll call herself ugly, and people say she's attention seeking. Maybe she's not. Maybe she truly does believe that, because you have the worst perception of yourself that you have is you. The worst perception, you see flaws that other people don't see, and she genuinely might feel that she's ugly. You know what? You could call her beautiful 100 times a day, and if you call her ugly once in anger, that's what usually is going to stick with her. And yeah, it's just all about perception, I think. and people need to be more understanding of people. I mean, we've all done it. We've all judged people. I've judged people. I've made jokes about people. People have made jokes about me. You know, it is what it is. But we don't know what they're going through. We don't know why that guy is 250 pounds. You know, we don't know why that girl, you know, whatever. You know, we don't know why she cuts herself. You know, people say that a lot of cutting is for attention. If that's the case, why do I cut my ribs when I do it? You know, I don't want attention from this. I want to feel pain for myself. Some people cut their wrists. You know, whatever, it is what it is. But look, as I said, it does get better, and it's not. Depression's weird because it's not a constant growth of. So I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. You could have 3 fantastic weeks and suddenly you have a really bad week and you're right back at square one. But you gotta climb back up, because I mean, look at me. 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I was ready for death. I couldn't see myself living, and I'll actually end on this for people. The first video I did of this year, excuse me, the first video I did of this year, I said that this was going to be my last year alive. I was going to kill myself towards the end of the year. I had a plan. I knew what I was going to do and everything. I had my suicide note written. It's still in there. But no, I'm not so sure. I think I've worked hard at it and I've concentrated on it, and I'm not sure that this is going to be the last year. So just keep going, and as I said, if anyone ever needs anything, if I can help in any way, then I will message you, I will ring you at 3:30 in the morning. I will do whatever you need me to do that I can possibly do. So yeah, thanks again for listening, guys, and as I said, just remember that you're the best you can be.